All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2, smooth jazz.
Hi everyone, this is Joy Bell.
This is your man T Bell.
And this is Life After Love. Welcome back. It looks a little different.
Trying something different.
This is Tyler. I don't like it because it shows all my curves and imperfections. But anyways, so welcome back. We're so excited. We hope you enjoyed our last podcast. I enjoyed talking about it. Just the influence on parenting was a very good topic, I felt like, for me and Tyler to discuss, because I don't think we've ever really discussed that. And so, yeah. So today, instead of doing my inspirational moment, I guess I kind of want to just set aside to talk about Kobe Bryant and his tragic accident that claimed the life of him and his daughter, along with other people on the helicopter. And it's just amazing because I liked Kobe Bryant. I'm not gonna say like I was this huge fan, I guess close to the end, because basketball is not one of my favorite sports. Mm-hmm. But I did pay attention to Kobe Bryant, especially in his, premier years. I first remember him with Brandy. And did you just give a little eyebrow?
Yep, didn't even know that.
Yeah, that's how I first remember him, because I was a big Brandy fan. And I just thought he was cute. And I was like, ooh, who this cutie? And so, so I did like him. And then I know he had the scandal go on. And I think like kind of after that, he kind of stayed mellow. And so we didn't really hear too much about him outside of his actual playing, because we know that his talent was there, whatever. But I wanted to talk about him because I never knew how much impact he had, I guess, to me until like somebody said it. I never in imagined years. First, I never would imagine
years.
I would have never imagined in like 100 years. Excuse me, I'm on grammar police over here. I never would imagine in 100 years that he would die at such an early age. Mm-hmm. But that I would have the reaction that I did, because I felt like when it was told to us, I felt like my heart just hit my stomach. And it just made me sick almost. Wow. I don't know. But it just made me so sick. Because, sometimes you hear about deaths and you're like, oh, that's really sad. But it like hit me. I was like, oh, that it kind of hurt a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so just, I'm not really on social media, but just reading different articles, looking at TV, because it's everywhere. And seeing the impact that he had on the league, just in life, period, all this outpouring of love in a time when we are, really divided country, mm-hmm. but people of different backgrounds, just really showing their respect for him, and the impact that he had on basketball itself is just amazing. And it's just, and then I think the tragedy of all is with his daughter being there, and they were on the way to doing, I don't know exactly what they were doing.
Basketball game. Oh,
her basketball game.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just sad. So I did some research on the Mamba Academy, and I think that was like his entrepreneurship after he left the game. That was his like sole business.
Like his basketball academy.
Yeah, but it did more than basketball. They did soccer, tennis.
I just thought it did.
It was like basketball. A whole lot of sports, and then it was like like I just did my research. They had like physical therapists. Mm-hmm. They had trainers. They had life coaches. Like it was like a one-stop. They had their own doctor. I mean, it was
he
just
was doing the dog.
Yeah, I mean, it was like really, really nice, and to see like it was this story. It was so interesting how it was saying that on President Obama's birthday, I think his 49th birthday, he invited like some NBA stars to come back and play basketball, like some little, I don't know what y'all call it. Just
scrimmage,
I guess. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I told you basketball's not my thing. But they had, I guess, a little scrimmage at his house, and like they were taking, he was playing, I think, Derek Fisher. And who was the other person? I can't remember the other person, but I know it's Derek Fisher and somebody else, and they were like guarding. I don't know. They were playing against President Obama. Mm-hmm. And he had told him, he was like, wait a minute, y'all being too soft. Like, he was like,
Obama said this?
No, Kobe Bryant. He was like, we ain't gonna be soft. We came out here to play. So it was just hilarious to me. Because he was like, because he couldn't play because he was hurt. He was injured. Mm-hmm. But he came in support. But he was like, we come and play. This real. We ain't taking it easy just because he the president. I just thought that was so funny. Mm-hmm. And it just speaks volume to, like, his passion for basketball. Like, I mean, out of respect, I'm sure he wasn't trying to be disrespectful, but he was like, his love of the game. Mm-hmm. He was like, we're going to play this for real. We don't care if he's the president or not. I just thought that was so cute. But what are your thoughts about the passing of Kobe Bryant and the life of Kobe Bryant?
I was just shocked because when Ms. Jill told me, I was like, now, is he dead, or is he Facebook dead? Because, you know, social media is known for killing people off. So when she was saying it, she was like, no, he's like dead. He was killed in a helicopter crash. So then we was at the restaurant, and it was on the TV, Kobe Bryant dead at 41 in a helicopter crash. I was like, if it ain't on CNN or the news, it ain't real. So I'm just seeing it on everybody on Facebook. They was like, no, not Kobe Bryant. No, not Kobe Bryant. I'm like, nah, not Kobe. Because, you know, he's so young. So when they finally reported on the news, TMZ, and I was like, wow. All I'm thinking is he was so young, he's so alive, he's so vibrant. I think the day before he was tweeting or texting LeBron saying congratulations for his scoring achievement and all this kind of stuff. So it's just like, nah, I'm just in my mind, I'm like, nah, not Kobe. So I'm sure everybody was just like, nah, he's so young, he's so active. It's the black mom, I guess, as if he's inferior to death or something. But we were just, for me, I was just surprised. I didn't want to believe it because it's, you know, a basketball legend. You know, you used to people dying, especially people that have such a heavy impact on the community, that them dying at an early age would be like non-existent.
Right.
So it just caught us all off guard. And for me, I was just like, wow, like he's really gone. And all the stuff he's done or still was doing in the league. And that's why I say I was hurt because he just had his new baby not too long ago, baby number 4. It was just a lot.
And I think they were all girls.
All girls.
All girls.
The oldest one was the one playing basketball, and the youngest baby was 7 months, I think they said. So it was just a lot. Yeah. It caught me off guard.
Yeah, very sad situation. But speaking of that, I did read, like at the press conference, the police, which I feel like it is kind of getting out of control. They kind of took a shot at TMZ because TMZ let the information out before the news could. And
before what? Before his wife and family could find out.
Right, that's what I was going to get to. Like, we live in a society where it's always like, I got to get this information out that you don't care about the family. And
they the
like,
ones
let
that
them
leak
know
the story first because they want the credibility. Mm-hmm. But if she sued him, you know, or whatever the case may be, is because y'all so busy trying to get the story out, y'all not being morally supportive of this lady. She like, who want to find out over the news? You rather get a phone call versus seeing on TV like, what is this on TV? And they do it just for coverage. They don't do it for like informative. All their stories are just coverage and gossip and all that. They not doing it for information purposes. If it was on like Fox or something, CNN, they would do it a little more sympathy. But TMZ, we got a story. Let's put it out there. We got to get the news. We got to get this trending. Like, they don't care about all that kind of stuff.
Because I think they said they put it out there like 30 minutes after the crash had happened. Mm-hmm. But it's just, I hope that wasn't the case, that the family found out through that way, because that would just be horrible to find out. Like me and you found out at the same time his wife and his family did. That would be horrible. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine. And then like the story was saying, like, they haven't even got all the bodies out because the terrain is so difficult. So I'm just like, this family literally just can't catch a break, can't grieve. I'm like, any of the families.
I'm like, how you even find out? Like, this in the helicopter crash, like in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
So it's like either y'all got a radio with dispatch, or y'all was, I don't know how the heck they was in the middle, like, you know, in the mountains somewhere. So it's like, how do y'all even find out this quick to be able to report the story?
It was sad, but I would say, you know, just from the outside looking in, because no one ever knows, it seems like he lived a life worth living, a life fulfilled. I'm glad that he was able to retire and not, you know, it still would have been good if he was active, but yeah, he was able to retire at the top of his game and enjoy his family, doing what he wanted to do. And it wasn't like being time from his family wasn't being taken away at that time because he was retired. You know, in basketball they play so many games and on the road for so long.
And that's not including the playoffs.
Yeah, so I think that was a good thing that he was able to retire. It was a short retirement, but it was retirement nonetheless. So I think that was good that he was able to enjoy his family. So, that was my inspiration moment. It went a little longer, I guess, than I thought, but
that was more like a heartfelt moment.
Yeah, I just wanted to give honor when it's due. Okay, so for today's question or topic for today, I wanted to ask a question that both of us can answer, and that is, what advice would you give your younger self? As we go through life, oftentimes we learn lessons that I wouldn't say that we would regret what we've done, but we probably would handle things a little bit differently. So I just want to know from Tyler what his what 3 things will he tell his younger self, and I'll also share my 3 things. So Tyler, what are your 3 things?
My first thing, and I'll let you go, is tell myself it's okay to spend money.
You gonna elaborate on, or you want me to tell me mine first?
You can go.
Okay, so my first thing would be, it's so funny that he'll like tell himself it's okay to spend money. Mine would be to not get credit cards. I heard it before, like it wasn't like no one had ever told me that before, but I don't think I understood the seriousness of it, because like when I first got a credit card and I saw them little $25 payments, I was like, oh, this ain't nothing, I can do this. And then I kind of just went crazy, and like I was still paying on credit cards 9 years later, and I hadn't used a credit card in like, I don't know how many, before we got married. I wasn't using these credit cards, and it's just like I was still paying it. And it's like you can't make the minimum payment because your minimum payment was about the same as your interest that was accumulating. So I feel like I would like really, 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 really stress to myself the seriousness of not getting credit cards. I can understand, like I feel like a credit card is good for emergency purposes, but not just to be trying to get stuff. Because you really, even though you buying it, you really can't afford it because it's money that you don't have. Like I feel like if you spending $5,000 and you don't have it, just because you can pay it back, don't mean that you just got it. And so if you can't pay it with cash, then you just don't need it. In my opinion, unless it's for emergency purposes. So that's the first thing I would tell myself, my younger self. What about the second thing for you?
Don't get rid of your Nissan Sentra.
Elaborate.
My Nissan Sentra was a good car.
What happened?
I just can't afford to pay for it.
And why do you think that would have been of benefit to you now?
It would have been a good car. It would have been a good third car to have, just in case something, well, as we've seen when stuff happened when you only got 2 cars, it would have been a good third car to have. Plus it was good on gas, and it was easy maintenance.
You want to tell everybody about your struggles with heels in the Sentra?
My Sentra was a champ. I don't know what you talking about.
Y'all, it was so
If I would go down the hill at 80 miles an hour, I'd be good going right back up.
It was so funny, him kind of, like, when we were dating, like, because he was in Carrollton, and so we would both come to Atlanta, he'll follow me. But I couldn't really ever stay in the fast lane because his little Nissan would, like, chugga. When we're going up hills, he would have a whole line of cars behind him. It was just like so embarrassing, but it wasn't even embarrassing for me because he was just fine, just tooting along. Like I look in the mirror, he's like this, and his little Nissan just happy. But I would just like be dying laughing. Like he has this whole line of people. So if you was on I-20 ever, on a Nissan red burgundy Nissan Sentra, and you was sitting behind all these cars, it was Tyler driving. It was too funny.
You a hater, my brother a hater, all y'all.
No, it was just too funny. Oh my gosh. But he like to this day every time like he see a Sentra, he be like, man, I should have kept my Sentra.
It was a good car. And it was cheap on insurance.
Anywho. So my second advice that I would give my younger self, I'm thinking more, I guess, teenage younger adult, I guess, would be to leave the thugs alone. Good guys are the way to go. I don't know. I think my first crush goes back to Tupac. That was my first like celebrity crush. I think he messed it up for me. I mean, I just love that image of him. Like I'm surprised now that I think about it, I'm surprised my parents even let me put his poster on my wall. The little Thug Life poster. But he was just so cute to me. And I just love that little image. And jeez, I think that was probably the worst decision I could make. Because we just had nothing in common. That was not my lifestyle. And I just was in some really bad relationships that could have been avoided. I could have avoided getting my heart broke. Could avoid being in some bad situations. But I don't know what it is about it. It seems like good girls just really like bad guys. And it's like a young lady. I always tell her she reminds me of myself. Cause I be like, you need to get a good guy. And she be like, And I be like, yes, you do. Cause Tyler is far from the bad, the thug, the hood. That is not him. And he has like, why you doing that? When before we started dating, he was like the one that always wore like the bow ties and he dressed up nice at church. Now I can't get him to wear a suit to save his life now.
Yeah, so y'all can't make up your mind.
But I liked how he dressed nice, always clean cut, stuff like that. Man, I think it was because the life was exciting, I guess. I don't know even if it was exciting, but it was different because a combination of the lifestyle and being young. But it wasn't good. It just had me in bad situations. And they weren't really trying to do nothing with their life. Not the ones I was dealing with. It's just good to be with somebody who has a goal in mind, trying to work towards something legal. And just trying to do something good with their life. It's not good look to have to go hear somebody calling you over the phone from the jail. You got to call from Fulton County inmate. That's just not cute at all. At all. So that's why I try to tell, some of the young ladies I know, you really can't go by that because it's some good guys that's crazy too. But if they showing you that they really ain't trying to be about nothing, a guy that got his bottom showing, his pants sagging, he think it's cool to be out in the streets all day, every day. That's just not cute. You want somebody who really care for you, who really has your best interest at heart, who really treats you like a lady, because there are men. I thought there weren't men that are still, what's that, chivalry is dead. But Tyler, he would open the door for me, stuff like that, be a gentleman, make sure I got in the house, things like that. And so I feel like me being with that type of guy made me lessen my self-worth. And just know, not only not date the thugs, whatever, but just truly know your self-worth and don't settle for it. Just anybody to be in a relationship with. We trying to get husbands and families. That's what we trying to do. So that's my second bit of advice to my younger self. What's your third one?
My second, did I give a second one?
Your second one was the Sentra. The first one was it's okay to spend money. You didn't want to elaborate on that one.
It's okay to be alone and not in a relationship.
That's interesting.
Young T. Bell was a ladies' man, so
Oh goodness, what's your definition of a ladies' man?
Kept a girl with you. Sorry, Joy. Young T. Bell used to have them all, but it's okay to be alone. You don't always have to have a girl with you, but
Were you ever alone?
Briefly, maybe for a year. Maybe when I was like 15, 16. Maybe between middle school and high school, I might have been alone for a year. That was about it.
Well, it's interesting to hear a guy always be in a relationship because it's usually women. So what was it for you that you just kept being in relationships, in your opinion?
I just move on fast. As they say, on to the next one. Once this one was finished, all right, cool. What else is out there? Got to keep it moving. Got to keep the ball rolling. Then when that one was over, the same process will start all over again.
Was that your way of trying not to like be hurt? So you just
I don't know. Yeah, I ain't deal with grief. I was just like, yeah, let's go to the next thing. I don't know. That's when you be going out. You just always see somebody, or you want to talk to somebody, something like that. Now I understand why dudes do that. I ain't never do it like that, but when I would go on to the next relationship, it'd just be. It was kind of like one was already like in my peripheral. So when this one over, I was like, okay, maybe this will work. Then you go to that one, then you'd be like, okay, let's see what this hitting on. Because even in high school, it was like, how in high school you call everybody your best friend, but it was some girls that are females that you say your best friend. But I was just like, okay, we might date eventually, but then if you start dating, then you'd be like, okay, that's over with. You go on to the next girl. It was just like a cycle. So I would tell your T-Bell, I was like, bro, it's okay to be alone. Focus on school. Go to college. Nah, you ain't got to go to college. College is trash. But
college is not trash, but it's not for everyone.
My young T-Bell, focus on doing something outside of high school.
So who you had in your peripheral with me?
With you?
Yeah.
You talking about while we was dating?
Yeah, you said you always had somebody in your peripheral. You done opened up the floodgates.
No, with you, I actually tried. With you, you was the one playing crazy, talking about some, let's just enjoy the moment. I'm like, hold on, bro. Because young T-Bell, me and Miguel had them quick cutoff race like, oh, this ain't working? All right, cool. I'm going to let you do you, and I'm going to move on. But I was actually trying to pursue you. So once you finally started entertaining me, I was like, okay, I'm going to try and be serious with this one because she's the older one.
Older one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I went older, you wouldn't have took me serious?
Probably like whatever.
So I just uprooted your whole world when I came into the picture.
Yeah, you was expensive. Older women are expensive.
What's your definition of expensive? Because when, like I said on one of the podcasts before, he thought expensive was going to Zaxby's as a nice restaurant.
Expensive. That's a good first date.
No, it's not.
That's the difference. Expensive is...
That's your time to give your first impression. You want to go take somebody to Zaxby's?
You don't know this. Why would I do something expensive and you talking about enjoy the ride? I don't know this junk gonna work. I ain't finna.
No,
bro.
I didn't probably say that before we went to Zaxby's. But my thing is, first date minimum $100.
You a lie and a half. You going to Applebee's? That's fancy for you.
No, that is not.
That's first date material. That's nice. That's a step up from Zaxby's.
No, ain't no Applebee's first date material. First date material is like Longhorns.
Okay.
That's nice. Longhorns is nice.
You on that $15 plan.
Ain't no $15 at Longhorn. What you gonna get? The chicken tenders?
Yep.
You get an appetizer.
So I forgot who told me that they spent $100 on their first date. I was like, boy, you stupid. Especially if those gonna work.
This coming from the cheapskate. Not cheapskate. What do we call you?
Call me cheap.
Frugal.
I'm just saying. I ain't finna go splurging like that if I don't know it's gonna work out. That's crazy to me.
Okay. So, it's so much advice that I would give myself, but now, being the woman that I am and the woman that I'm becoming, I really wish I would tell my younger self is do not be a people pleaser. And
why? You love making people happy.
I do love making happy, but I love making people happy at my own expense, cost of my happiness to make other people happy. But I would just want to tell my younger self, and this is something, and I really wanted to know what those 3 things were, because I feel like when I see us interact with our kids, when we do stuff with them, it's like these are things that we're trying to instill in them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want my kids to be authentically them. If people don't like you, it's okay. Like, everybody's not gonna love you. And if it makes you feel good and it makes you happy, just do you. It's okay to speak your mind respectfully, you know?
So let's go with that episode of what we watched today, Love and Hip Hop, Growing Up Hip Hop.
Okay.
How does that tie into being a people pleaser? When Sam was trying to propose and everybody was trying to intervene and going with what you said, not caring what people think.
I don't know what you're asking me. Like, him doing it regardless of what other people were saying. Yeah, I mean, you just have to. Shoot, he was being authentically him with that Joker face. I've never seen nobody propose with a Joker face. Yeah, and his braids and green braids and stuff like that. But I feel like you have to be the person that God created you to be. You can't make everybody happy, and if you do try to make everybody happy, you're gonna kill yourself. Mm-hmm. And I'm learning that now. And I'm not saying, shoot, I am physically saying you killing yourself, because you stress yourself out. You just trying to be everything for everybody, and you can't be that.
Right.
And just learning who you are. Like, it had already caught me off guard, because Tyler had asked me. He's asked me a couple times, like, what do I enjoy doing? And then I went out and ate dinners with one of my friends. And she was like, what do you enjoy doing? Like, you, away from being a wife, away from being a mom, what do you enjoy doing? And outside of singing, I don't know what I enjoy doing, because I feel like I've been trying to do what everybody else likes to do. Mm-hmm. Because that's what they enjoy doing. I want to support them. And so I would just tell them, because this is it's like with any habit, like, you just keep doing things for years. This is like, I ain't gonna tell my age, even though some people probably already know, and don't you say it, Tyler. But this has been a long time of me people pleasing to me trying to turn it around now. I didn't know how hard it was to just stop. And it's like hard to say no. It is literally hard.
I know it's hard for you to say no.
And I want to, like, be everywhere for everybody. But now having a family has caused me to, like, slow down. Like, I have no choice. And then I'm getting more comfortable with the thing. Like, if you don't like me, I'm okay with that. Because I don't have, like, it was my belief that if you didn't like me, I had to find out why, and I had to correct it. I had to change it. You have to like me. I'm the nice person. I do anything for you. What you need me to do. And I just don't want to be that person anymore. If you don't like me, that's okay. For every person that don't like me is somebody who do like me. But the only thing that matters is my audience of one. And that's God. And He loves me. So I just would like to, I wish I would have known that at a younger age. And I think it's like, especially, I feel like it's instilled in girls. Like, make sure you.
What's instilled in girls?
People pleasing almost, because it's like, make sure you wear a dress, make sure you keep your feet. I mean, that's manners, you know what I'm saying? You don't want your legs all open, but make sure you dress. You make sure you don't have your hair out of place. You make sure it's together. Like, you have to have this image of being put together. And I'm all for the girly, because I love girly, I love pink, I just like all that stuff. But I'm just like, if you don't feel like wearing a skirt today, we're gonna put on some jeans, and I don't care. As long as you're comfortable and that's what you want to do. I just don't want to. And I feel like sometimes when we do that, when you tell kids especially, you got to be a certain way. Me and Daria were talking about this Sunday, about not breaking your child's spirit, but letting them be who God created them to be. Because as you do have to get them structure, of course, and you know right from wrong, but you just want them to be them. You want to be who God created them to be. And I've noticed that with Jackson. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, he's wild, I got to tame. But I'm not going to, I mean, of course I'm going to have him be respectful and stuff like that, but I want him to be who he is. And I don't know who told me this, but it was so profound. And it might have been Alexis. And she was just like, you don't understand why he is the way he is now, but it will be revealed to you. And I just thought that was so. She probably didn't even know what she was saying. And she wouldn't say it in those words. But it's just showing me how intentional God is, that I don't want to impress nothing on my kids. I want them to be who God wants them to be, and I just don't want to break their spirit. I want to be there for structure, for guidance, but I want them to be authentically them and just love who they are and not try to be anything for anybody else. Don't compare themselves to anybody else. Don't be a yes man, yes woman, nothing like that. I felt real passionate about that. I felt that in my shanana.
That was a good 4-minute rant.
That's not a rant. That was my passion coming out.
So, my 2 cents to that is, especially, mainly when it comes to Jackson, his explorative self, I've started to become the parent that's just like, if he ain't breaking it, if he ain't hurting himself, whatever. Because you find yourself, stop this, don't do that, leave that alone. No. And you just be like, I ain't got the energy, bro. You wanna play with the table, play with the table. You wanna push the chair, push the chair. You wanna throw the ball, throw the ball. Instead of just like, stop, don't do that. No. It's just like he just being a boy because he got to get his energy out. But
I don't think it's just him being a boy. He's just being Jackson. Like he's just Jackson.
He's just a happy-go-lucky. I gotta run around. I'm a free spirit type of kid.
Yeah, and it's so crazy because we be like, no, stop that, and we go to other people's house. It's like, oh. He okay?
Right.
He
and I'm just like,
he done broke something. I'm like,
I can't afford to pay for that. They be like, he fine. I'm like, no, because if he break it, I can't. They be like, man, it don't matter. And I just be like, no, stop it. Leave it alone. And he just be like, anytime he sees something new, it's like he has a magnet to see it. Like, the new vacuum I bought, the room is big. And it's all the way in the corner on my side of the bed. Some kind of way he run around the room. It's like he drawn to it. Just like, what is this device? What is it? Like he just start breaking stuff apart, trying to see what it do. He lay it down or whatever the case may be. He just be like, what is this new thing? And he likes to explore. So I mean, like I don't want to kill that spirit in him. That's why I'm just like, now I'm just like, Jackson, as long as you ain't breaking it, putting it in your mouth or hurting yourself or your sister, have at it, bro.
Yeah. So that's the thing I want to push for them. Just, don't be a people pleaser. Just be you. That's it.
Good.
Yep. I think it shouldn't be that long. You didn't put a timer on?
Right now? Yeah, 40 minutes.
Yeah, good. Well, it's going to be shorter.
Okay.
Any last thoughts, comments?
Nope. Y'all just keep praying for us as we adjust to this parent lifestyle with 2 kids.
Yes. I mean, y'all, just being transparent here. So this tape going to be audited because...
It's going to be audited?
Edited. Because Tyler and I had real life conversation in the midst of this podcast.
And she didn't want me to be great.
No. His rant was too personal. So, but this is just how I don't feel like it need to be on here because it was too personal. But it's just to let you all know that we not perfect and we have our own issues and things like that. So we had a moment, but we got through it.
I need you to come on because this thing's gonna end.
Okay, so that's all I have to say. Until next time, I guess we'll talk to you later.
And if you like the video, make sure you like it, subscribe, and share the video so we can grow the community and get the page to 500 likes at The Real T Bell on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Okay?
Yes. And just, this is a thought. I'm trying to go really, really fast because I can't tell what Tyler's looking at to know when it's going to shut off. But, February, of course, it's Black History Month, Valentine's Day. So we want to promote love because it's life after love. So if you're looking at the podcast and you made it this far, I'm just going to ask that you send pictures if you're married, send that to us, and then maybe we can put a little tribute up or something of pictures of married people. So we could tie it in some kind of way, but we just want to celebrate love, celebrate marriage in the month of February. So if you or someone you know is married and you want to share your picture, we would love to include it on the podcast, and maybe we can just have a slideshow or something just dedicated to love.
Send it to my Facebook page at The Real T Bell.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Until the next time, this is your man T Bell.
And this is Joy Bell. And this is Life After Love. Bye.
Go get somebody pregnant.